Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Skulk. Continuing the story of, you know what it is, it's just with a change. Got you that one, didn't I? Normally I say the same thing every time. Well, I'm going to try to spin it off and twist it up every once in a while, so be on your alertness. Let's just get started. So we were left off in the caved-in Spirit Isle room with a dead body that's animated by spirits, also known as a human being. I wonder if I read this already, but I'll read it anyway. He walks over to our location and he sits down. I guess we all could do what I guess all we could do is wait to get rescued. The rebel headquarters was full of digging tools. I do remember reading that.
You will ask, and we may answer.
He sits in silence and waits for us to make the next move.
Who are you?
The idol is no more. Its energy was released. It may still glow, but it will soon go dim. Lifeless. Energy must be stored somewhere. Less wasteful.
So you went into a body. Wait. How decomposed is that body? Because they buried him, I don't know how long ago. So the Spirit Isle's spirits went into a dead body of their previous captain. How old is that body? Or did the spirits reconstruct the skin tissue and all that? And the thing is, he can be romanced. He can be romanced. He's one of the people in the quarters that you can talk to with the heart above your head. Can you romance the dead? We'll see.
Much of it went into that sword you carry. Some of it was used to heal your wounds. The rest, well, we found a vessel to use.
A vessel?
This body expired long ago. It offered no resistance and no identity. We thought it would be fitting. We desired a voice.
Who is we?
We are what you call the spirit realm. Until now, our power was stored only in objects. That, and vessels which had their own voice. Like you.
We are vessels. Wait a minute. I think I'm a vessel. Possibly. He looks at me. Whoa, I was right!
So, let me get this straight. The power released from the idol healed us, and it took over Silas's body so it could talk.
Correct.
So, I'm talking to the spirit realm right now.
A portion. The rest resides in his body and the sword. However, the spirit realm is just a term you created to define us. We are more than that, and we finally have a voice in your world.
Sweet! Speak up. Dominic gulps, getting a little frightened.
Are you peaceful?
That is a relative term.
Are you going to hurt us?
No.
What is your purpose?
An impossible question. Do you know your purpose?
Ooh, he got you there!
No, I guess not.
We only wish to aid you. Please do not question. It would please us greatly to see the triumvirate fall. We are their victims, just as much as you are, Dominic.
Victims?
You do not know the truth of what we are. It is understandable, because we could never tell. Using this voice, we wish to make our suffering known. And using this body, we wish to enact our vengeance. If this is acceptable, we will join you after rescue. If rescue comes, that is. Until then, we talk.
Dang, this is really cool. Dominic nods. His talking is very well, actually. After all, he's talking to the corpse of his former leader. But a strategist needs to adapt to change and overcome it. Or maybe he's just numb from the trauma of these events.
Of course, but you need to explain. What is the truth of the spirit realm? Were we so wrong that you needed a voice?
We do not blame you for your interpretation. Given your situation, it made perfect sense. But yes, you were wrong. Very wrong.
Me and Dominic look at each other once more. I'd never believe this if we didn't just cheat death. But given the circumstances, we can't deny the truth. This was a living embodiment of the spirit realm, much like the idols, but able to walk and talk as well. And if that was the case, then there were no more secrets. He would tell us everything about the spirit realm, or that what it is, actually. The undying questions of our history, finally answered. What was their purpose, and why did they influence us? The answers would change everything, forever. Dang it. That thing just keeps spasming onto the screen. It's glitched. It's glitched, I tell you. Eventually, ending up in the war room, everyone looks around frantically. It wasn't much longer until they noticed the back corner of the room was caved in. Rather than digest the current event, they search for Dominic and the Seers.
They must be down with the idol.
Why I say Seers? There's only one of me. Or is there?
Can we even get down there?
Go back to the crew quarters, Fortim. You too, Valessa. Bring us some equipment. We should be able to reach them if we dig.
Of course. What should we look for?
Pickaxes, shovels, stuff like that. Anything to help us get through that rubble.
Right.
They both run off, in search of supplies. It was clear that the tunnels were caved in, but how bad was it? They cling onto the hope that everyone survived.
Hey, are you sure you don't want to join them? Shouldn't they have some sort of protection?
No, everything will be fine. Alex and his forces are on guard. Nobody else will be coming or going.
Then what about Sovi? Do you think he's down there?
No, he's probably long gone.
But I didn't see him run off anywhere. We were all in the tunnels, weren't we?
That's the point, Pro. You don't see a man like him. He comes and goes as he pleases.
Magic. Trickery. Sorcery. Jerk-facedness.
Oh, okay.
He crosses his arms, both confused and concerned.
What should we do while we wait? Are you sure you don't want me to help them?
I'm certain. We need to talk, Pro.
About what?
Let's say Dominic did fall in combat. What would we do then? What's our next step?
I don't want to think about that. Losing Salus was more than enough. I'm sure he's alive. We'll find him.
But what if he's not? We need to think, Pro. Things would be in our hands.
Our hands?
Yes, we'd be the new leaders. How would we come back from this?
I don't know if we can.
That's why I sent those two away. I don't think they'd be ready to hear this. There's a very real chance that the Seer is dead. If that's the case, then there's nothing we can do. We'd never be able to win this war conventionally. That blade in their power was all we had, Pro.
I don't know, Ulrich, but I feel like they're alive. They wouldn't give in so easily.
I guess we'll find out.
And we need to trust in the spirits, right? They showed Dominic a vision of our victory.
But they also showed Valinorth's destruction. We know that was false. They attacked our HQ instead.
Are you saying the spirits were lying?
I don't know, Pro. It's too complicated for me to say. But something tells me that we can't trust the spirits anymore. If they come out from that tunnel, it'll be as changed men.
Back to us. How was the conversation, guys? The mysterious man takes a deep breath before starting to talk. Dominic and I sit forward in awe, almost in disbelief at the situation. The spirit realm was using a vessel to speak directly to us. I'm not sure if I'm not sure if we should be honored or terrified.
The rulers of this world, the Triumvirate, Already you take up arms against them. This is good. We were unable to do so in our current state. We were trapped.
Trapped?
It all happened in the blink of an eye. Our glorious monarchy, destroyed in an instant. They showed no mercy. They showed nothing. Something happened. Something beyond words. We were simply living life, and then we were not. They forced us to watch them defile our world.
I don't understand.
Neither do we. But that is what happened. They stole our future. And our bodies. We were prisoners, bound by celestial chains as they had their way with our world.
So they didn't create Alestia?
No. But they created you, the new residents of Alestia, built in their image of perfection to counter our corrupt nature. They stole our world and our future, handing it off to you.
To me? Is that a good thing or bad thing?
This is incredible!
We do not share the same opinion.
No, I meant the story! I can't believe I'm hearing this right now. We always knew there was more to this world.
This is why we needed a voice. We've suffered for eternities, unable to speak, forced to watch, and cry for help upon deaf ears.
That sucks.
I have a few questions.
Of course.
So, the spirit realm is more like a prison, and it held you and your people captive? Huh. Then what are these visions and idols all about? Almost all of our culture has been built around them, especially Valinor, which is where the seer comes from. Rumor has it that the Triumvirate wanted to destroy the idols.
Over time, we were forced to adapt. We changed. The idols are manifestations of our desire to reach out. They gave us the ability, however minimal, to speak with you.
The visions, you mean?
Sweet. So, I mean, when I say sweet in this context, I'm saying at least you had the opportunity and the ability to reach out. And, like he said, me, the seer, me, not me, you, me, him, me, the seer, was given some spirits, or the imprisoned, let's just call them, to have somewhat of a voice by giving me visions, the seer. They wanted to let us know. We don't see the future. We saw what they saw, or what they wanted us to see to help potentially prevent something. So, yeah, this is a nice twist.
Yes, but our power was limited, and we were censored. This is why we could never tell you the truth through visions. Whenever we did, the Triumvirate made you see something else.
How dare you!
That's what they did this time then? We saw Valinor getting attacked and strategized about that. But it seems like their plan was always to attack us down here.
Indeed, which is why we chose not to create another idol. Instead, we chose to influence the members of their honor guard, the barracks, the living quarters, the weapons. We did it all for you.
Dang. Sweet.
We did it so you would survive this trap and help us seek vengeance. It seems the cost was dire, but we succeeded. We shall succeed again. We wish to aid your assault on Balteus and take back our homeland.
So you come from Balteus?
We lived all over Alestia, but Balteus was our capital. The castle there housed the monarch, our king or queen. We may have been corrupt, but we lived in peace. We were happy.
What do you mean by corrupt?
We are not certain. Perhaps there is inherent evil in all of us. The Triumvirate deemed that a flaw, and rewrote the world. When your kind was first made, you were mindless slaves, forced to carry out the Triumvirate's bidding. No free will. That is a gift we gave to you through the idols we created. Slowly, our corruption merged with the purity of your kind. That was the first step. After that, we created seers, beings capable of hearing our plight and leading insurrections. To this day, all have failed. We were not strong enough.
I'm sorry I couldn't help you as much. Knowing this, we can probably do maybe better. No, surely better. Not saying we'll succeed, but surely better.
Wait, I know where this is going.
The man stands up, motioning his arms to suggest that we do the same. Dominic and I both do as instructed, dusting ourselves off while looking up at him.
Yes. That is why we gave the seer all of our power. Enough to wield that blade against your creators and our captors. The timing seemed correct. It is a gamble, but with favorable odds. However, there is another matter at hand. There is no more spirit realm. The idols are all gone, and the power resides within us and that blade. The power within you, Seer, is immense. You carry on our legacy.
And I'm going to say this without spoiling anything. Some of this is reminding me of the Major Minor series that I went through already. There's a lot more decisions in that one. There's some decisions in this one. But in that one, there's a lot of decisions. And that caused people to live or die. I got a lot of people to stay alive and actually be around. But not everyone did get to live. I got some pretty good endings. Not the best ending, though, I'm sure. The point is, this reminds me of Major Minor. If you want to see it, it's up to you. I'm just pointing it out. But yeah, that's why I'm very, very curious in this. I mean, I want to see this to its own story, but it's reminded me of that.
So now, I will call you what you are.
He immediately kneels down and looks at the floor. If I wasn't mistaken, it looks like he's swearing fealty. What?
Rightful heir to the throne of the monarchy, my king, I will serve you in this fight to take back our world. And together, we will all be free from their grip.
I'm royalty? Hi. I'll do my best.
King?
We exchanged glances, confused and shocked. Power inside of me made me heir to the throne? Knowing the truth of the spirits was enough, but this? This is too much. I take a few steps back, overwhelmed. How could I possibly be expected to process this?
Maybe we should slow down here.
We must not. To slow down would be giving them time. They've had enough. We've watched for far too long. The weight of our kind is upon you. Do not let us down.
Before I can even react, I hear a sound from the other side of the room. The rubble that blocked the exit started to crumble and fall to the ground. I can hear the harsh impact of pickaxes. They found us. The man remains knelt to the ground. I tell him to rise. He obeys without question, clearly respecting my authority that he bestowed upon me. He considers me as his king. I have no idea what to do or say.
As you command.
No, don't command. I asked you just because it does seem weird to the people that are coming in. They're my friends. All of us turn to look at the exit. It isn't much longer until light pierces through. The final bit of rubble is out of the way, and Ulrich emerges.
Dominic, we were so worried that you...
He immediately stops in his tracks, staring at us. It's clear that he's shocked at the sight of Salus. 14 Valessa and Pro enter shortly after.
What?
Ulrich steps forward, immediately curious. He looks ready to grab his blade at the moment's notice. I can understand how his confusion and shock manifest this way.
At ease, Ulrich. I'll try my best to explain.
Dominic steps forward too, as if to guard both of us.
Everybody, let's go back to the atrium. There's much to discuss, and I'll tell you all the truth.
He looks over at the mysterious man and simply gulps.
Things just got a lot more complicated. For all of us.
We got things to tell you guys. It's gonna blow your minds like it did ours. I had to recollect myself. We all enter the atrium, and I notice Ulrich is still visibly shocked and angry. Pro seems the same, however it's less intense. They seem to recognize Salus. Even Veles and Fortame seem anxious. Our old and very dead elder alive? Bodies scatter the floor, as well as pieces of white and gold armor. Rebels cry, cradling the bodies of their fallen comrades in their arms. There wasn't many people left standing. This was a catastrophic attack. We have no morale. So I feel like it did this to say that we have to build it up. We have to make choices from a certain point onward to build up morale. Because this was dropping just to show that how morale can drop. Dominic walks over to a nearby staircase and waves me over and Salus. We follow after him and slowly ascend the stairs. It was time to tell everybody. When we get to the top, he rests his hands on the railing, taking in a deep breath.
I guess this is it. Where do I even start?
He shakes his head before clearing his throat. I need to as well. He had a lot of ground to cover. The noise echoes through the atrium. I need to read that properly. And the surviving rebels turned to look. Seeing Dominic at the top of the stairs, they gathered to listen to their leader.
They say that mercy is the mark of a great man. But there are no great men in war. We've seen that here today. War is only a game to see how much you can lose before giving up.
Dang, that's a way to say it. That is dang right a way to say it.
But trust me, we will never give up. Join me, brothers and sisters. Grab a blade from the floor, even if it belonged to their honor guard. Take it. I'd prefer that. The Triumvirate may think they've crippled our resolve, but no. Each swing of that blade will carry the weight of our fallen comrades behind it. We will use that weight to crush their army and make them pay for this attack.
More rebels start to crowd around, looking up at Dominic. They have smiles on their faces as they nod along with his words. This inspires him to continue his speech, his morale rising quickly.
When the Triumvirate looks down on that blade in their final moments, I want them to know that they sealed their own fate. Mark my words, family. The Triumvirate shall fall. They will burn for what they've done here today. And in the end, they will beg for the mercy they were too unkind to give to us. We will free this world from their grip and deliver it to the hands of the righteous. Our dynasty will be marked with blood, yes, but theirs was marked with far more.
He looks over at Salus and motions for him to step forward. Doing so, a lot of the rebels look shocked, much like Ulrich and Pro.
The Spirit Realm has given us one final blessing. The truth. Standing here before you is not Salus. He has become a vessel. This is the Spirit Realm embodied, powered by our underground idol. Driven by the howls of countless spirits, he seeks vengeance. But he has also brought with him the answers to our every question. No longer shall we live in the dark. We know the true nature of things.
Yeah, you say it. You say it. Everyone mumbles amongst themselves, clearly confused. I sure would be, because I'd be going, what? I glance over at Ulrich and Pro, and they seem a bit more calm. As odd as the truth was, they seemed to trust Dominic no matter what.
We are not the only victims of the Triumvirate's wrath. The Spirit Realm is not what we believed. Not at all. What we cherished and worshipped was a prison. A prison to house the previous residents of Alestia. Residents that were deemed too corrupt by the Triumvirate. As they were pushed aside, we were created to serve. The Triumvirate did not create our world, but they did create us in the image of perfection. We were pure and existed only to follow their every order. But over time, the previous residents reached out from their prison. Growing in strength, they created what we called the spirit idols. These were used to slowly give our people the gift of free will. Though pure, we lacked the abilities to be ourselves. This was the greatest gift we could ever ask for. They opened our eyes, allowing us to fight back.
Yeah! And also every time you see Grizz's face pop up, I imagine that he's back there going, yep, I agree. I'm here with you, man.
But so far, every insurrection has failed. This is what we will change, thanks to the Seer.
Woo! He waves over me, and I take a few steps forward. The rebels stare at me, with hope in their eyes. A perfect counter to the despair I saw earlier.
You see, the spirit realm is no more. All of the energy in that realm has found a new home. Some of it is in this vessel, and some of it is in the blade. But the largest portion resides within the Seer. That is why he is uniquely capable of wielding the blade. Alestia's previous residents, the ancient monarchy, are responsible. They saw a way to help us defeat the Triumvirate and took it. But you see, we no longer fight for ourselves. We fight for everybody. If we lose, both us and the monarchy perish. We cannot let this happen.
No. Not at all.
We are the only people capable of carrying out this objective. There won't be another chance. No more Seers, no more Blades. We will show them that their vision of a pure world is flawed.
It totally is, because they were treating us poorly and killed us. I mean, if they want a pure world, they want to kill all those that are considered not pure in their eyes. So I guess that's why they're killing, but still.
But, in order to do so, I must step down as the general. You see, this army is no longer mine to lead. I'm sorry. This new truth changes both the world and our cause.
Don't make motions for me to come closer. So I do. He smiles. I'm standing right beside him, resting my hands on the banister. I see such a wide array of emotions coming from the rebels' faces.
As I mentioned, the Seer was blessed with immense power. But what he truly has within is the souls of the monarchy, giving him the strength to use that blade. He is our champion.
I am gonna faint from all of this. So much is watching over me. So, for me, a little know about me. I thought I was introvert. Found out I'm more extrovert. I love getting to know people. Leading is gonna cripple me because I'm not sure if my decisions are gonna be are gonna be the right ones. So, this is gonna be a step. And story-wise, I'm gonna be the leader, but for me, I'm just clicking a button on the screen for a decision.
But he is more than just our champion. He is our king, rightful heir to the throne of Alestia, our true ruler. By decree of the spirits, we are his to command.
Hi everyone. I'll do my best. All eyes are on me now. I glance over at Valessa and Fortam. They are in complete shock and awe at this revelation. But I am too. Without saying anything, I reach back for the blade and pull it out. I look at the rebels and hold the blade up in the air. The beams of light from the surface serve to illuminate its beauty. This elects rigorous applause from the rebels as they cheer me on. 5%! We did it, guys! I smile, looking down at my friends and comrades. In this moment, it seems like the hope we lost had finally returned by 5%. There is still lots to take care of, but we knew that this wasn't over.
If you'll excuse us, we need to make some new plans. But I'll have an itinerary posted in the barracks by morning. Until then, please do your best to clean up this atrium. And please, bring the bodies down to the spirit idol. It seems only fitting, and there's plenty of room. With that said, you're all dismissed. Thank you.
Dominic turns to face me and Salus. He smiles, realizing his job is done.
Well then, back to the war table. We need to talk about our next step. Without a bigger army, we won't win. And I think I know what to do. Come on, bring your friends too. I'll grab Ulrich and Pro. Let's do this.
Something seems different about Dominic. He's not as happy and energetic as he was before. But he seems a lot more confident and resolute. When I get to the bottom of the stairs, Velessa and Fortane appear. I can tell that they are overwhelmed, but they also seem happy for me. They seem to disregard the resurrection of Salus and focus on me.
I always knew you were special, but a king? And no more spirit realm. What's going to happen?
That is so cool, Seer! Or, I guess I should call you King now. Or maybe Monarch? I don't know, it's just cool!
I know, it's so weird! I was just sitting at home with you guys back in Valinor, and then I had a vision, we walked out here, had quite a scenery, and then this happened, and then the spirits, or the imprisoned, I should guess, told me that I'm their king. There's a lot to take in, but I'll do my best. He laughs and shuffles in place awkwardly. They may not want to talk about it, but they know. Everything feels off right now. Things are so confusing.
I hope that we can work all of this out. Let's go plan our next move with Dominic. I wonder what he has in mind for us.
That's true.
I bet it's something amazing. He might not be the leader, but he's still a strategist. We need to make sure that we come back from this loss.
Velessa looks at all the bodies on the atrium floor. It's also covered in blood, likely to stain for a long time. If Salus could come back from the dead, then what about them?
Yeah, we can't let their deaths be in vain. Like Dominic said, they need to give us strength. The only thing we can do is hope that it's enough.
Yeah. I'm going to save right here. This is a great place to stop. Thank you guys for joining me on this episode. And every episode that's going to be coming up, because we're going to need to build up that morale again. We need to get together, figure out how to be king, how to wield this blade, and how to take down Triumvirate, and read more of this story to the end. I'm dedicated to reading this. Good stories are very nice to find. I'm not going to say hard to find, because there's a lot of stories out there. And I'm glad I keep finding good ones. And thank you guys for joining me on this one. So thank you guys for stopping by. And until I see you guys again, have a great day, everyone.